It's the one, the only, Amy Winehouse!
Amy Winehouse.
Gifted singer Amy Winehouse.
I'm a jazz singer.
Amy Winehouse was a singer whose heart-stopping raw
I really
talent
don't fit in. I'm different to everyone else, you know.
far outshone the scandalous headlines.
Yes, people know that I don't really do what I'm told to do, or that I don't really care enough about what people think of me to conform to anything.
Amy Winehouse!
Known for a deep, mesmerizing tone to complement her dramatic look, she's idolized. For her tragic story but unmistakable drive, she is easily one of the most influential British singers of all time. Amy Jade Winehouse was born on September 14, 1983 in Southgate, London, to Mitchell and Janice Winehouse. She also had an older brother named Alex. Her father worked as a window panel installer and a taxi driver, and her mother was a pharmacist. Amy's parents separated when she was 9 years old. Amy attended Osage Primary School and a Jewish Sunday school, much to her dislike. In an interview, she claimed that she learned nothing about her religion from the experience, and would even go as far as to beg her father not to go. Soon after, Amy's grandmother Cynthia Winehouse convinced Amy to enroll at the Susie Earnshaw Theatre School. Here, she furthered her vocal education and learned to tap dance. She attended the school for 4 years before founding a short-lived rap group called Sweet and Sour, alongside childhood best friend Juliet Ashby. Amy discovered her passion for songwriting after realizing that no radio stations were playing the music she wanted to hear. After graduating, Amy began searching for full-time training opportunities, which led her to Sylvia Young Theatre School. Amy excelled in English class, remembered by a teacher for her writing abilities. At the age of 14, Amy was reportedly expelled for not applying herself and wearing a forbidden nose ring. This same year, Amy decided to buy her own guitar and start writing her own songs. She enrolled at the Brit School in Selhurst, only to drop out at age 16. Instead, she was hired as an entertainment journalist for the World Entertainment News Network and was offered an opportunity to sing for a local group called the Bullshit Band. In July of 2000, Amy became the featured female vocalist with the National Youth Jazz Orchestra. This award was the very first of many to come throughout her career. Amy moved into an apartment in Camden, London with Juliet Ashby, and at 19 years old, she signed with Simon Fuller's 19 Management with a pay rate of £250 a week. Her future A&R representative, Darkest Breeze, happened to hear a demo featuring Amy as a key vocalist and was curious to know who she was. The manager simply stated that he was not allowed to say, for Amy was kept an industry secret during her development. It took months of him asking to make the management cave, but by then, it was already too late. Amy had already recorded several songs, signed a publishing deal, and formed connections with big-time producer Salem Remy. A year later, she released her debut album, Frank, on October 20th, 2003. Amy co-wrote every song on the album, which went on to enter the upper rankings of the UK albums chart in 2004. She was then nominated for the Brit Awards in the categories of British Female Solo Artist and British Urban Act. It later achieved platinum sales and earned her and Remy the Ivor Novello Award. The album was also nominated for the 2004 Mercury Music Prize. Her next album, Back to Black, was released in the UK on October 30th, 2006. It ranked number 1 on the UK albums chart and stayed there for 2 weeks. Soon after, it began to reach audiences across the globe, selling hundreds of thousands of copies across mainland Europe. It quickly became the best-selling album of 2007 in the UK, selling over 1.85 million copies over the course of the year. As the album broke into the US, it hit number 7 on the Billboard 200. Her first single featured on Back to Black was the critically acclaimed Rehab. The song reached top 10 in the UK and was named the best song of 2007 by Time magazine. Receiving more and more recognition each year, Amy Winehouse was invited to rework the opening song of James Bond film Quantum of Solace. She was ultimately unable to honor her contract due to personal issues, leaving fans to wonder how this song could and would have sounded. At age 24, Amy Winehouse received no less than 5 Grammy Awards, winning in categories Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Female Pop Vocal Performance, Best Pop Vocal Album, and Best New Artist. Amy even earned herself an entry in the Guinness Book of Records for most Grammy Awards won by a British female act. After the ceremony, Back to Black was launched to spot number 2 on the US Billboard 200, making it the world's 7th biggest selling album of 2008. By 2009, Amy possessed a fortune of £10 million, tying her as the 10th wealthiest musician under the age of 30. This same year, she announced that she was forming her own record label, which was to be titled Lioness Records. She and her family then went on to star in a documentary shot by Daphne Barak called Saving Amy. This was later released as a paperback book in a new documentary titled My Daughter Amy, aired on television in 2010. Sadly, the singer died on July 23, 2011 at the age of 27. While her death is most commonly associated with alcohol poisoning, Her brother believed that bulimia was also to blame. Amy's ashes were buried alongside her grandmother's at Edgware Lane Cemetery in 2012. Amy Winehouse was one of the most successful and most influential British singers of all time. She challenged multiple stereotypes regarding female singers and paved the way for other unconventional sounds and talents in her industry. Amy's career was proof that not all singers have to sound or look a certain way in order to succeed, and it is for this reason that I chose her as my subject.